reached this point, and I just want to know, as someone who's played in the NHL, when there's a player publicly maybe suggesting that they might be traded or want to be traded, how do you deal with that as a teammate in the dressing room?
Well, I mean, I think to answer your second question first, I mean, guys will be fine with it. It happens all the time for whatever reasons. I mean, whether it's ice time, whether it's role, whether you don't like the coach, or whether it's just you don't like the city or whatever. It doesn't mean you personally don't like the players, you don't think the team's very good. And so I think guys realize it's a business. They'll treat Patrik Laine the same they always have. He'll be part of the team so long as he's part of the team, and they will treat him as such, expecting him to play well and be fully committed to what they're trying to do. That won't be an issue. How we got here is curious because for Patrik Laine, who came into Winnipeg so highly touted and did not disappoint. He played magnificently well, scoring goals seemingly at will early on in his career. It always felt like he wanted a bigger role in this team, and in many ways that meant playing with Mark Scheifele. And I think having to play on what is a perceived second line in Winnipeg never really felt that great for Patrik Laine. So I think there's been maybe respect or a bigger role that he has been searching for. I don't think it's the city. I don't think it's the organization, because the city's a great place to play and the organization treats their players first class. I just think he's never quite been comfortable with the role he's been given, even though he's had a ton of success, which is peculiar because when you score and you produce points, generally that makes hockey players happy, but maybe not enough for Patrik Laine. But it's unfortunate because a player as good as he is at what he does, scoring goals, they just don't come around very often.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I think Patrik could have a career year, but speaking of which, it's time to put our TSN Edge hat on. Mike, you are the very handsome face of TSN Edge hockey. Currently, the over-under for Patrik Laine in terms of goals is 23.5. Do you see him going over or under this season?
I see him going over, Jesse. 23.5 is basically like a 35-goal pace and an 82-game schedule. Even last year, which was a middling kind of year by Patrik Laine standards, he was just under that pace. So I expect him with Paul Stastny as a centerman, with his motivation to either play well and stay in Winnipeg or play well and get out of Winnipeg. Either way, he's going to be motivated to score goals. The power play is not going anywhere. He will bounce back, and I think he will easily hit the over.
MJ, I gotta say, this was pretty cool, and I do hope we do this again. Pleasure talking Jets with you.
Anytime.